Welcome, ווילי רוטנשטיינר, coach of Israel national team. How are you?
I'm well, good morning. Everything is fine, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, I think you saw me like 15 times, and in
Yes.
all of them I wore a suit. So I just want to clarify, I never wear suits.
Yeah, but you look very sporty. Yeah.
So, hi, Ori Ozan is here
Hello.
also.
Hello.
We
I
also-
saw him more than you.
Yeah, you saw him more than me. Ori flew to every game, and I flew only
Yeah.
to the
No,
important
He
matches.
saw
You
me.
see-
He saw me also not in Israel.
Yeah. In the beginning or something, yeah?
We have a good relationship,
Yeah.
long relationship.
Yeah.
All right, so Willie, we record this on a Thursday, and you're flying today back to Austria,
Yes.
and it's a short stay, right? Because you're coming back soon, and we wanted to do this for a long time. And as I said in the last interview we had on the pitch, by the way, you told me that I'm a professional and polite, and,
Yeah.
and now my father is your number one fan. So maybe it will help, maybe not. I don't
Best
know.
regards to
That-
your
that-
father.
That's for you. And how do you feel this morning about all that happened? Let's start with that. Like, now you're flying for Austria, you're coming back, it's a vacation, like you said. You have a contract until May.
Yes.
Like, what's next? Like, you're coming back here after the vacation. Happy birthday, by the way. You're coming back. What are you going to do? What's the first thing?
Yes. I have no time to wait because on the next day I have to do two examinations in pro license. I think Sandberg and Buxer. I always say
Yeah,
Buxer.
Buxer.
His
That's
friend.
Buxer.
Pass him.
Yeah, his friend.
Yeah,
Pass
Yes,
him.
they
Both
are-
of them.
They have examination on Tuesday.
I know.
On Wednesday, and on Thursday, I think I'm in Jerusalem. We do an examination, hopefully with a professional team with Gal Cohen.
Yeah.
So this is also very important for me to finish the pro license in a high quality way.
Just
Because-
for the record, because of
Yeah.
my friend, I must say that
Yes.
they tell me the course was amazing.
No, I think we
Amazing.
did it after UEFA standards, almost the same as I did many times in Austria. And you know, in Austria, we have now with Adi Hütter, with Oliver Glasner, with Hasenhüttl in the Premier League, with Peter Stöger in Hungary, Budapest. We have some good Austrian coaches in really, as it is German Bundesliga, top leagues. And
If you compare to
the same
your now,
education
yes.
I offered.
No, but
here.
if you compare to the coaches to be that was
Yeah.
in your course,
Yeah.
and you say the names,
Yes.
big names,
Yes.
you see in the 25 that you work with somebody who have potential
Now
maybe to go out of Israel?
we took only 15.
Okay.
We took
15.
only 15. I was very criticized for this because they said, why not 25? But it's always a kind of quality question. I wanted to have a smaller group and also people with a high understanding of football. I must say that the basic knowledge was not good prepared. This means in a C license, B license, and A license or elite license, it will be better in the future, I'm absolutely sure. But the pro license course, we did really on high level. It was the only problem in the practice with the corona. Here, we didn't have the practical sessions what we had in Austria because it was not possible to come in a training ground and also to invite a team. But it was a high quality education. And if you ask if there are persons inside with a potential, a clear yes. A clear yes. But it's similar to the driver license. You get it, but then you must develop driving the car.
Yeah.
And here, if Josip Benayoun, for example, he was the first, we finished, starts to coach, I'm absolutely sure he can make a big, really successful career. But it's on him. The basic he has.
Now, let's take this and start with this. That I think you're the second English speaker in this podcast, like for a full interview. We had
Jordi.
we had Dwight York for Shalom, but the second big one, and the first one was Jordi Cruyff.
Yes.
And there are a lot of parallels, I think, because Jordi was here as a general manager, and I think nobody had even one bad word about his performance as general manager. I mean, he did so good to Maccabi and everything. also with you, like everybody we hear about the pro and about
It changed the culture of Maccabi, like
no,
we
but
said
also for
Also
Willy,
for
you know,
Willy,
for
yes.
the pro license and how to deal with the youth and et cetera, et cetera. And then you two, Jordi and yourself, became coaches of the team that you did the with directors about. And then the criticism started to be like bigger because a coach, I think, is a different position than a sporting director. And if you can elaborate about this, about like when the first time you thought about changing the roles or the first time you've been offered to change the roles, did you see like the priors for that, like the history of changing the position? Because you, as an academic man of football, probably know a lot more than us that it's totally different positions. If you can just explain your thought process, and now what do you think? Because now we hear about chances you will continue are maybe slimmer than before. So was it worth it, you know? You know, if you understand what I'm asking.
I understand totally. But you must know, for me, I'm not coming to Israel without the knowledge about this. I was about 20 years in this position as a sports director in Austria. And I know exactly if you change structures, if you say, for example, again in pro license, now you have to do much more. You have to write a master thesis. You have to do an examination. There is in all modules a test. You have to learn and you have to write it down. Or there's an examination on the pitch, and there is 3 cameras, and it's going up. They are very happy about this afterwards. But when they have to do it and have to write it, they criticize. Why must we do this? And why in former years it was much more simple.
Much
And
more
this-
simple is easy.
yes,
It was
easy,
nothing before.
Well,
I make it before, believe me.
Ori is a coach, and he doesn't
No,
know
I
anything.
spoke to many people, and they said me about this. But I always focusing on the future.
Yes.
And here I know, if you build up development centers, the big club says, I'm not giving the player. But if it is in a good way, if the quality is coming up, they understand more and more and more. Young players to give insight. When I was coming, and you compare now the percentage of young players in the first league, it's totally different. And we spoke a lot about this. And this is for me clear that the criticism is coming up. You are absolutely right. As a coach, is more, especially as a national team coach. If I see now, for example, in Austria, the coach is at the Euro. He plays against Italy, a wonderful game. He was now criticized, you cannot imagine. Because for Austria, 4th place, it's a disaster.
Was it worth it?
But in the
No, it is in this way. And the decision was not my decision. This I want to clarify. The decision was a decision by the association. 3 persons said to me, you should go to the national team. 1 person was against it.
But it's a tango. You need 2 for, you know, you can say them, no, I want
Yes,
to continue my way.
Absolutely. This is clear.
But you say yes.
Yes, I said yes. But I'm always, and they did it always in Austria, it's not about my person. It's about the association. And the association said, okay, we take a person from Austria to come here. And then I think you serve for the association. And if the association says, for us it's better you are in the national team, I accepted it. And I said, okay, let's do it. And believe me, I recognized also after 20 years about sports director. For me, it was a really motivation, and I liked it to do. I felt really the work on the pitch is now for me excellent.
You missed it.
I'm not as a sports director missed it, but as when I was selected with the players to be on the pitch, I felt really that I like it. And then I went forward, and to all people here, for me, it's not a problem to finish. Really, not a problem to go forward. It's a decision by the association. Of course, also I will have my opinion, but again, I evaluate my work. This is a 3rd place in this group, and there are things inside where I want to improve, but all the other things we did very well in this campaign.
1 second.
Yeah.
As a coach, you
Yeah.
know, it's not like. What do you think? As you say, you know, coach is different than to be above and
Yes,
to make the
absolutely.
structures.
Yeah.
It's about running the game, about
Yeah, yeah.
changing during the game, and
Yeah.
all above.
Yeah.
What do you think for yourself? You know, it's your good qualities, bad qualities, and how you build your staff. Because today a coach is not like before. It's to run the staff and then run the players.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what do you think you did good? What do you think you need to do better maybe in the future?
Now, I think when I went over, I'm now. Yesterday I started to make an evaluation. So you start with stuff, with players you selected. Of course, you go over the games. What is the result? How many goals we get? What is behind every goal? And when you're doing this evaluation, I can give a better answer in 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah.
No, but today you see.
But today,
there
yeah.
is a lot of games that the dynamic during the game,
Yeah.
even the last one,
Yeah.
it was the same. In the first half, we were very organized.
Yeah.
You make great game
Yeah,
plan,
yeah,
but in the second half, something changed. Also in
Yes,
Austria,
yes.
even
Yeah.
in Slovenia with Andy,
Yeah.
in Scotland twice or even 3 times. Somebody will say,
Mm-hmm.
even in the Faro, Faroe Islands.
Now, when we take the last game, what changed? What changed? It's
The last 2 games, for example.
Yeah. When we take the last, it's different. Austria and Faroe Islands.
Let's
is
talk
different.
about Austria, for
Yeah.
example.
I think in Austria, it was clear after halftime, and we spoke in halftime about this, that the intensity of the tempo, the ball speed, will go up. And the question was, can we go with this intensity? It was totally clear in the dressing room. It was totally clear when the midfield goes back that we cannot defend forward.
Yeah.
So they move the ball, and we have no chance to come to the ball. They went out with this in mind. And if you ask a player, Niepiton, for example, answered me, I do not know what happened.
So I tell you what happened.
Yeah.
What I see
It's
from
great.
above, you know.
It's great.
Yeah, no.
If you tell me, it's great.
No, I don't know. In the retrospective, it's very easy. But I said it on the broadcast also.
Yeah.
They change how they stand in the pressure. So they put Sabitzer on the right. They put Alaba. Usually they 1-2-3 and they press us man to man.
Yeah.
We didn't react. We try to move the ball again and again, and we lose the balls. Confidence go down, and then what happened happened.
I
So why
give
we
you a
s-
feedback
okay.
from Marko Arnautovic to your analyzing.
Sure.
But it's not wrong what you said. But again,
No, the difference was
Marko
you-
Arnautovic is a player.
Yes.
He was coming in the youth teams, and is a kind of child of me.
He is an Alaba.
A crazy guy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but very
Nice kid
very
you
good
have.
friend.
It's
Nice
nice to
kid.
it's
Nice
nice
kid
to
you
play against your
No,
child.
no.
Wait,
no.
wait.
Very emotional. Very emotional. I never want it again. No, but I took him afterwards on side, and we spoke really serious. It was not joking. And I said to him, "What do you mean about our defenders and our defense, their mistakes in the second half?" And he said, "I give you a secret. When I saw this, I said to all the players not to press. Let them play. They make the mistakes. Yeah, and here you see he's recognizing that we have not been really with self-confidence in the second half. Yeah,
Yes.
the first half they went out. They played. If you see it in the video, the behavior, the individual behavior. I want to have the ball. Give me the ball. I go forward with the ball. In the second half, similar. Please do not play to me. Yeah, and then mistake after mistake is coming, and with this they played. And they moved also the intensity up because Austria was in this phase with a back to the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was here. If they are not coming back, it's
But what do you think it's
Wait,
happened in all the time in second
No,
half?
I think we will get to that,
No,
but
but-
I want to
okay.
stop. I want to stop for 1 second.
It's in this way when you say in the second half against Faroe Island, I think totally different, but an individual mistake.
Individual mistake.
And this brings you in a situation where they came out of control. And if you do these mistakes, we speak now 3.5 years from the mistakes.
Of course.
It's an average 2 goals per match, and you cannot qualify. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's it.
let's elaborate. Let's talk about that because
Yeah.
I asked you once. I don't remember which
But
time.
I
The-
thought we start with the offense. I thought we start with
Don't
the offense.
worry.
Yeah,
We-
always
By the
negative,
way,
negative.
by
No,
the
it's
way,
not negative.
by the
Yeah.
way, no, it's very
Yeah.
important for me to say
Yeah.
that sometimes there are people that gives only the negative, and I think we can say that we always talk about the whole picture here
Yes.
in this thing when
No.
we talked about you for 4 years. But wait, Andy Herzog said after Slovenia in a very, very
Emotional,
flamboyant and
yes.
emotional way something. You know what he said. You said after Austria a sentence that for me was almost the same. Just you behave differently because
Hopefully.
that's you.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I know you didn't like how Andy responded
No.
then. I know it. You said, and I'm sorry, it's not a word by word, but if I would know
What happened?
what can we do to prevent or something like that, I would do. And now, both quotes seems passive. You know, like Andy and Wisely, and it's totally different. But what can we do
But
with
let me-
this
let's-
material of players?
Yeah.
Or
This is the question. But it's not so that we are not doing something. If you ask players, they will give you answers. I have 3 days of training. And we go fully inside in this defense. And if you analyze, and this we are doing, you can see basic mistakes. Basic mistakes. And I'm always again trying to improve and to make video and to go very individually inside and say, okay, here the coverage, the diagonal is open. Now you close it. How do you close it? Why do you close it? All these questions. But again, in the game, it's on high intensity, and often the adaptation to this high intensity is a problem. But we have basic mistakes, and if you have this on this level, it's difficult to succeed.
all right, wait,
So
wait.
one second. When you have less quality players during 90 minutes, as long as you know the time go,
Yeah.
more chance that they make mistakes. So
Yes.
why do you choose to play? We have less quality players in defense. Why
Really?
we choose to play with 3 central
know.
defenders?
I know what you mean, and why
know
do
what
you
I mean.
not change him? This is
No,
always a question.
why they don't change him? Why you put? We have more quality players in midfield and in offense. I think it's
Yes, yeah.
everybody know it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we put 3 central defenders. I don't
Yeah.
talk about now offensive or defensive. More chances that they make mistakes because they are less quality. They play in Israeli league. The tempo is lower. So in the second half, the more chance that they make mistakes.
I would say, I cannot say if you are right or not right. This is a little bit hypothetical because I can also say we play with 2 defenders. We have often 1-1 situations because the opponent is not sleeping. He will say, I say also, if you go with Zahavi and with Dabur or with Weissmann or with Abada, 1-1, they cannot stop us. They cannot stop us. So he can play whatever he wants. I want to have their 1-1 situations. He missed one situation and Zahavi scores. Yeah. So this we did. So I can say, why are you playing with 2? It's too dangerous against Israel, but they play with 2. On the other side, I say it's better in the build-up. In the build-up is a big advantage. They all speak only from the defense. In the build-up, Guardiola went on 3. Yeah,
Yes.
he's not building up with 4.
He make it with 3, but with the right back. In Kyle
with
Walker.
Cancelo.
Cancelo or Kyle
Cancelo,
Walker make
yes,
the 3, yes.
Yes, yeah. And this, I think we are really doing well. In this case, also from the back line to the first line, good passes and good vertical play. But in the difference, I always say the coverage, the space, of course, you miss one player in midfield or in the first line to attack. Here, I must say, you are absolutely right. No system has only advantages. The system has only also disadvantages. And perhaps is in the future a step to say, okay, we did it now, but what I not wanted to do is change. I wanted to give principles and that they are safe on the principles. In offense, it was good in my opinion. In defense, we must not speak. It was not enough.
Yeah, but so before we move to offense and other areas, the fact that you're saying what you're saying, and I heard it, I think, in a different interview also, that you're talking about personal tactical mistakes, like private tactics. Like every player has its own tactics also of how to do stuff. It sounds like there's not such big hope for us. You know, like as a fan of the team, okay, I cover the team, I love this team. I'm not ashamed of it, of course. It sounds a little bit of, you take my morale down, because not you, but...
It's a process. And again, if you say here, a coach is coming and takes a team over with number 100 in the world ranking, and you say, please qualify, I say, it's nice, but it cannot happen. It cannot happen. You must not be very intelligent that you say...
Nobody thought we really can qualify.
There is a reason why you are here. I thought we can qualify. Yeah? I was absolutely sure to qualify. But if you have not this attitude to be absolutely sure, I think you should not go down and in the dressing room. But on the other side, you have now in the defense no player in international football.
Yeah.
This is a fact. Yeah? And for the players playing on Israeli league niveau, to adapt and to play in this game against Arnautovic, or also from the other if you take Scotland, you play against Dykes. It's different. Yeah. It's different.
The only Beaton that plays the defense.
Yes, Adams is a Premier League striker and strong and fast on these first meters. And here the adaptation is also difficult for 90 minutes.
This is exactly what I said before. But you put three like this.
Ori wonders.
The question is a little bit hypothetical. If I put two, perhaps we get more. You say no.
No, I tell you like this. You analyze it excellent. Yeah. But if we are let's say less quality team. In general, why we don't have two systems? Yeah. One that we can pass from one to another because we need to in tactic. To overcome, our quality or less quality in defense, especially, like you said.
I tried it to use also in one game 2 systems, but it's very difficult also, It's difficult because what I think is, if you have a system, and you must know, I train in World Cup qualification 5 times, and for example, in Faroe Island you have been. We're coming here on Monday, on Wednesday we play. There is no training. Yes. There is no training. And here, to give too much information is, in my opinion, also difficult. So I said, let's choose a system and try to make it very professional. If I see the Faroe Island game, I am always so, not sad, but a little bit demotivated. Yeah. Because normally you can give them 5 goals. Yes. 5 goals you can send them home. Yeah? The quality was in Netanya of the Israeli national team for 5-0.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Yes. We are missing chances. Yeah.
And then we pass for them.
And then we pass for them.
I know.
And here they bring them the success. Because normally if you beat them 5-0 or 6-0, it's a big success, and it was possible. It was possible on this evening, and this is a little bit demotivating.
I asked you about it after I talked to some players, and a lot of people sense that the game in Austria, just this game, who is, of course, every game is important, but after Scotland, we knew not Austria and not Israel will qualify. So it's like a game for the books. And then the game goes, and it's amazing, but before the game, we sensed, Wisely will continue. And after this game, which is for the books, the sense now is Wisely is not going to continue. Yeah. And what does it mean for you to hear it, that like maybe one game for the books will be the important game that sets your future?
Now, the first is what I want to clarify. A game for the books is not existing in my mind.
Yeah.
Because here you must understand, and that this I said also to the players in front of the Faroe Island game, you have a process to go. And in a process, the development and steps to go forward are important. Yeah, and in Austria, you saw clear that you cannot go the intensity with this team in the second half, and then you speak from mistakes and from wisely and from this. I say the Austrian team go one step higher, and the Israeli team was not able to follow.
Fitness?
Not able to follow. Yeah, it's
Tempo.
it's to play on a higher level. Means the ball tempo, the intensity, also the fitness. But here I must defend a little bit some players. They are not playing in the club. Yeah, and this is also in the last. Often the last step often is not here.
Yeah.
For me, the improvement of Doberets, for example, in these 2 games, you could see.
Yeah.
You could see
Yes.
the quality coming in the second game. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Doberets is a great example.
But let me say what's so difficult is for me. You see, for example, Aviv playing. Avraham, yeah?
Yeah.
You see him playing, and I think, he's a super player. All around you say, no, what is with him? He's not so good. He plays in the Tanya, he's not so good. Yeah. So always you have immediately feedback. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. And I was sitting in the afternoon and I said, what I'm doing? Many people say it's not working. But I said, no, I feel it's a good player. I train with him. For me, he's a talented player. Why he is not more as to play in Netanya, I cannot understand. If we have such a talent in Austria and he is really pushed in the training and hard educated, he will go to the next step.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, let him play. Did you see what he did in the first 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Unbelievable technique, unbelievable movement.
And then also in the second half.
But normally also he must score.
Yeah, but this is his problem. This is the one step that he have behind. But let me take it from Aviv Avraham. You talk about him.
Yeah.
He's 25.
Yeah, he's 25. Yeah.
25 if he's good, he's not need to be here. Everything in Israel developed later.
Yeah.
You came here 3.5 years ago.
In this way.
You talk about Austria. You talk about Austria. In Austria, in 18, they go to Germany.
But
19,
can you
20.
answer me in this case? Give an answer. I saw him when we were coming 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
And I said, really talent, really good. And then he was 1.5 years almost away.
Yes.
So I said, where is he? Where is he? And this you can often recognize with players.
Yes.
Playing on a good way, then interruption of the career for 1 year, for 1.5 years, and then coming back and you see him again. Yeah?
So this is what I want to ask you. You have a lot of experience.
No, but this is happening in the clubs.
What is you now know the Israeli football very well. What do you think is the problem? The army that take them away, the coach, the clubs that say, no, I want an immediate success, so I don't give young players that we don't have second teams, for example, that they run the players.
Yeah.
Foreigners,
maybe more, maybe less, maybe you need...
Is this country, does this country has a chance, let's say, not with Andy, not with Willie, no matter who the coach is, but do you feel, after 3.5 years, that this country has really a chance to become a football country? Because we see Faroe Islands, we see even Luxembourg. Everybody's getting
they are all very hard working.
We feel that we will talk soon. With third place is really, really good. But I think that third place is okay. It's a progress. I really say it. Yeah. But I have. But I'm pessimistic.
If I summarize you, it's wonderful. You see it in the summary.
Yeah, but
it's a good place. It's a good success. It's a wonderful process.
But
we changed the coach. It's a wonderful. It's a wonderful.
I said
summarize.
I said on purpose.
What I mean is, if you go here forward, and believe me, what I said from the beginning, I brought 3 books about 5-5, 7-7, 9-9 in a wonderful kids football. If coaches understand what is written down, it's not important if you play 8-8 or 5-5 or 6-6 or whatever you want. Yeah. But the understanding of principle of kids football is here. The second is what we installed, development centers, because in many small clubs, the education is not good enough. So we must help the players. Academy Michmoret, unbelievable step. Full boarding for the players. Every talent can go there. A wonderful school. the education, psychologists, social workers, everything there, good coaches, good professional staff, wonderful outputs in some years, unbelievable. What I said also after this FIFA study, we must have a license system for academies. You cannot call you academy if you have not the criterias. And the license system is in all these countries, Scotland, Austria, Denmark, existing.
Yeah.
And I think also here possible. The step with the cooperation teams, excellent, excellent. I said, can you make a second team? Yeah?
Yes.
Second team was not possible, but cooperation team is also a wonderful step. It's a beginning. Perhaps in the next years they say, a club who wants to do a second team is allowed.
Yeah.
You must not, but is allowed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great step, would be great step. Till now was not possible. But if you can allow it, it's an advantage because you can change the players when you want.
Yes.
Okay,
This is clear. And believe me, last sentence, if you do this with patience, over 5 or 10 years, I guarantee you that the talents here are better than in Austria.
Okay, so that
Believe me.
upsets me.
This is a
This-
good sentence.
No, I know,
This
but
I saw
that
it
upsets
in
me.
small clubs. I saw it in games. There are talents, if they have these possibilities over 5 to 10 years in education, you have them ready with 18 years.
So
And then the last one is give the talents earlier insight.
Yes.
Earlier. Because if a scout international sees him with 18, 19 years, I am not doing for fun a game with Suf in this Faroe Island game. Was a risk. The score about his side, you give me, really, was a terrible mistake of you.
people said it before the
But-
match, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm not worrying about this. But what I wanted to show is he's ready.
All right, so
He can play. We know all the performance. We can speak and improve this. But at the end, a 19 years old player brought a good performance.
So this upsets me, all you said now, because everybody said, okay, Willie can do it with the youngsters, with the process, with the big picture. I had Zahavi on an episode. I went to Amsterdam. We did an episode with him, and he said that I don't care in which position, just make Willie stay with us.
No, I
With
think
his
he
knowledge.
I think he likes me.
Yeah, I think also. You do great videos together. Maybe you should be in a band.
Which video?
You did several. So now that you became the coach, it's like I call it you in the airplane, you got one step closer to the door. You know, because if he's a coach, somebody decides that you're not fit to be the coach, then they won't bring you to be above. And I ask you, why don't you say, I want to stay, help develop this football? If not as a coach of the national team, then let me do it what I did like 2 years ago. I didn't hear it.
But this
Can
is-
you do it?
No. This is not what I have to do. For me, it's totally clear what I have to do. The technical committee and the association gave me the national team coach and to do a campaign. And now it's on me to evaluate the campaign and not to speak. Why should I speak? It's in this way I have to evaluate the pro and the contras, similar to our discussions. What is behind? This is the most important. And then to give my report, my output from the analyzing to the board or to the committee or only to the president. This is also on the association how they want it.
I don't
But-
ask you to say like secret stuff.
Afterwards, we have done the job.
I'm talking
and
about
then-
emotions,
no, and-
feelings, not only.
And then we speak about the future. And believe me, what you forget is the football world is very open. It's not in this way that you always must climb on one job. It's in this way so many possibilities. I say to you, I was very sad when they fired me in Austria after 17 years, doing a great job. But it was I think also good for me to do in my life another one. And if you ask me today, almost 4 years in Israel, I would say I'm another person. I developed here a lot. I learned a lot, and it was at the end, whenever it is, a wonderful time. So it's not in this way that the Willi is very sad if you say we finished the job.
No, is it like a switch now? Is it like a coach of the national team or not a coach of the national team? Or there is a slight chance that you will stay in maybe some sort of a different role, maybe like a technical director with like a general manager over the national team with a young coach under you to help, and you can still develop the pro license. Is this door shut or open?
No, in football, nothing is closed or open. It's in this way again. You speak from a structure from the association. The structure is not existing, so for what we are speaking. Yeah?
I want this structure. We need a structure, and we don't have it.
You must speak to the board of the association, not to me.
Listen, you probably know, in Israel, everything is the same. You know, people talk about Israeli football, but it's the same, like other fields, all right? And I saw your interview on television. You said something great about comparing to the army. You said you said all the Israelis believe that we have the strongest army in the world, but the fact is it's not the strongest army. We just believe it's the strongest army. Yeah. Therefore, the army is successful. And you're so right, because everybody thinks that Israeli football is a curse word. Beep.
No.
And
I do not agree. I think, and we have one expert here.
Yeah.
And he can speak very open about this.
No, he's mad at me when I say this.
Is he seeing a process in the last 3 years or 3.5 years or not? And believe me, many persons in the population give me feedback about this process. It's not only that the media have to do this.
So you want to do both?
No, in the population, many people say, we can see. And if you also look a little bit on the results of the youth teams, they are better. Also, the under-21 team, better results. Yeah, I'm not sure if I look inside, if we have, for example, for the future, these players who can play international. Yeah? But this is a hard work and a good generation. Yes, hard work, but the talent brought them in this position.
But
the attitude will bring them up.
Willie, this good generation need to go out.
Absolutely.
This
is what I say.
For me, when you came 3.5 years ago, this was your main, 3.5, I say.
Yes.
This is your main, for me, the main thing that you must do. Take players out of Israel to the middle leagues. Netherlands, Austria. You see now Taibaribo succeed in Austria, Sean Weissman before. To go out, because if we continue to play here, it's a problem.
No, but what I'm
or to make the league
for example,
better.
Don Leitner out to help them to come to make the connection to go out.
Be an agent also.
You see what I'm doing. It's not a secret if you speak with an scout from a club or with a sports director of a club. If you select players, the first question is, how many caps for the national team?
Of course.
How many caps for the under-21? Because these are the best players of the country. So now we have young players. There is a very young goalkeeper in the national team. Didn't play till now, but he's developing. Yes. There he develops more. Yeah. The second, Suf not playing in Italy, but I give him a chance. Yeah. So I think also his standing in Spezia will be higher.
You think you should give more?
I help him.
But you think you should give to more players? Daniel Peretz for one game, you say about him. Don Leitner, maybe that you order, but he was injured.
He was
more
injured,
players, yes, I know. Because in some games, we go with very, in the age, very grown teams, 27, 28 in average. Mm-hmm. So maybe you think, with retrospective, that you should give more to young players?
No, I think I did it. But it's also a risk. Yes. Because you punish me and you kill me if I take young players and the first sentence is, he's not ready. He's not ready. I can say now, 70% that to me, Suf is not ready. Yeah. What is now? He played a good game. Yeah. So, but nobody is criticizing the 70%. All these idiots, saying this. Yeah. I said, I trust him. He was in the training really good. You cannot come to the national team and to say, okay, San Menachem, out. I'm here now with 19 years. But he did very good, very well in the training. Also the players accepted more and more his performance, and I said, it's a time, give him inside. I risk it, yeah? And, also difficult if you say you play with two strikers, you have Liel outside, because on the side it's difficult for Liel. I changed now Munas, and he was speaking Arabic. I didn't understand, but it was not fine words. No fine words to me. No, we spoke afterwards. Everything is fine, no problem. But I said to him, the respect to Sean Weissman. Yes. He was always behind him. He was always behind Zahavi. And he was always correct, always on the bench. He was here when I needed him. He played in La Liga. He now in the second league. Also not simple. And I said, John, in this game, I give you my respect back, what you did for me, because it's amazing to have such a player. And Liel Abada, no bad words, sitting, training very hard, always say, Coach, I'm ready, can I come? And this is what brings the national team forward. 4 excellent, and 4 want to go inside on 2 positions. This brings you forward. But this we do not have on the defense positions.
But this is you. But will bring me again to the formation, because when you came here, you make a big mistake. When you came here, you had Tawadra and Dassa. You see the problem in the middle. You see that we have Zehavi and Dabur. I understand 5-3-2. But now we have Manor Solomon, maybe one of the big prospects in the wing. We have Liel Abada wing.
Yeah.
We have the problem, we will talk about Rafaelov later maybe, but he also playing 4-3-3 and etc. So when you make this system for Abada, it's not good. For Solomon also, Solomon, most of the problem that we make the dribble far from the goal. You make him far from the goal. So again, we come back to the formation that changed during the years.
Yes, but you can also, the example of Manor is a good one. Let me explain in this way. You can always say, I help with the system, it's clear. But also on the other side, the players have also to adapt. Yeah? I give you a concrete answer in this example. If he is not learning, and he learned in the national team a lot, because the dribblings he had always.
The best in the
but
Europe,
if
by
you
the way.
saw him, no, he's amazing. This speed on the first meters, and if he makes out numbers, unbelievable. But you saw him against Austria, especially first half.
I saw him, of course.
Yeah, he played in position. It was amazing. You could see our 3 midfielders. 20 minutes with Bibras, Manor, and with Dor. I was sitting with them, and I said, if we have a Manor on the left wing, if we have Bibras going down with the intent, they kill us. So can we play? Manor said, I promise you, please let me play in the position. I said, okay, I give you this. I always speak with the players. I said, okay, we will see. In the first half, he never played such a good position game as in this game. And in Schachtor, the Italian guy is not criticizing him in dribbling down.
Yeah.
But he is often not playing on behalf of the defense. And I said to him, if you want to make the next step to a big club, and he can, you only will have this step if you adapt in the defense, in the transition, offense to defense. If not, you will not have the step. For him, it's clear, and he is on an excellent way to become this total footballer. If not, only the winger standing and running down, he will not make the change.
But Manor is a very good example for me. Because like you said, in first half, in the first half in Austria, the position was top. All the time behind, make the trade, make the change in the rotation. Okay. In the second, look at the second goal of Louis Schaub. The 2 middle defenders go to the side. The third one wasn't there.
You kill me.
So when you are not in your main position, you can't be concentrated for 90 minutes. Because Manor all the time go to the left automatically. He wants to make the one-on-one.
I cannot speak of an individual player.
No,
I
not
do not want to
individual.
speak
I talk generally about the system. Generally about the system. Yes.
In this goal of Louis Schaub, we have been in an excellent numerical advantage on the side.
Yes.
And then, and you analyzed it, I must not say, minimum 2 players was not following the player. because they played out of this numerical advantage out. And if you're not following, and Schaub was in the middle of
In
this
the middle,
situation,
this is the problem. Yes.
but he was a player who scored forward.
Yes.
And our players, they were standing in the middle. So you can always say why. And one of the point is you must play 90 minutes on this intensity. And this was, in this campaign, not possible.
So what will if you will stay? What we will do in the next campaign that make it possible? Live 90 minutes, 85 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we see in the second half we have a pattern in the last minute of the first half, especially in the second half.
Mhm.
We play. You come to the games ready.
Yeah.
My head down. Even in free kicks, we have drills. We have no problem in free kicks and
The
offense.
second,
But
the
the
second
second
was the
half-
first time that the team surprised me.
Surprise you for the worst or
no,
for the
that,
good?
no, in the,
Yeah,
the
you
set
bowed.
piece,
You
the
bowed.
trick, the trick,
the trick,
the second
yeah.
goal.
You bowed to them.
Yeah.
You know,
Munes, yes,
with
I know.
Munas
Yes.
on the other side, Nir and Suf
Yes,
running,
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
and in
yes.
the middle, two strikers.
Why would you
inside.
surprise? It's your.
No.
No.
How they played it?
Yes.
Because it's often to react in the game.
Yes.
So I thought outside would be a position, but you. So I said, Munas is going in the position. He's going in the position. He's going in the position. I didn't shout because also the other team is
we know,
reacting
yes.
if you shout. So I said, they will do it now, and they played it wonderful.
Yeah, you
Wonderful.
bowed to them. You did
But
like a...
Believe me, I know this exactly how I prepared the team, but it was not possible to hold it. Yeah. The next step must follow. Yeah.
Maybe
So-
the next
so
step
next-
is to give another idea of tactical idea that even for you, we speak. Let's go to Rafaelov, okay? Rafaelov playing.
We must not go to Rafaelov. Perhaps you do not know it, but Rafaelov explained totally clear that he's not coming.
Okay.
Totally clear. And it's nice if you criticize me half
I
a
don't
year.
criticize you.
No,
I
not
ask
you.
you.
Not you.
Okay.
Half a year that I am responsible for this. When I call him in June, in summer, difficult situation with the change, but not ready to come. So first time, 2nd September, 3rd October. And then I said, it's finished.
So you call him
Three times, not ready. Yeah.
He said,
So-
I'm not ready, or is...
No, not coming. Yeah. So it's totally clear.
You
totally
called him
clear.
and he said, I'm not coming. That's
Clear.
how it works?
Clear.
Coach and player are
Uh,
talking on the phone and he said, I'm not coming?
It was in this way in the October game to invite him to help in Scotland in this game, and he was really in a good shape. Yeah? Also playing under the new coach, left midfield.
Yes.
He impressed me as left midfielder. I do not know. It was always my opinion. The two strikers, Munoz and him, and to sit him on the bench. This was for me not a
that we know.
a clear step. But in this way, he played a really good 4-4-2, and he played left midfielder, a lot running. And I said, he can help. In this position, he can help. He said, not now. Yeah.
Not now.
It's what
If he said that,
we must not discuss it.
Yes. I
We
know.
must not discuss it.
so
Yeah?
let's have a short break, then we continue. Okay, so I want to talk to you a little bit. Ori is the tactical guy, and I will talk about other stuff. Relationship.
Yes.
So
Emotions.
we don't even need to talk about bring Zahavi back, because Eran talked about it and it's very well known, and I said it immediately that the fact that you and then Andy are in charge here helped bring him. That's a big plus for you, because I think that when he's a generic Israeli coach, Eran would never come back, okay, or would not come back. I want to talk about Dabur.
Yeah.
I think that's a great example for what you did here, because in two different cases. One, the fight, and I'm doing it with my finger, the fight in Slovakia, was it? In Slovakia,
Slovakia,
in
yes.
Slovakia.
In the halftime.
That everybody in the TV said they both should be out and they both should be benched, and they never. And I wrote on Twitter on real time, they will both start second half and it will be okay because I know them. Okay, so that's a classic example of why we need a foreigner coach come and experience foreigner coach, not
No,
even if it's you.
I can tell you the real. Now it's past. I can tell you the real story.
Let's do it.
The fight everybody saw. They went inside the tunnel, shouting. I was already in the dressing room. I thought, what should I do now? This is a disaster. Yeah. It was becoming louder and louder and louder. And beside was the coach's room. Yeah, beside the dressing room. So I opened the door. The two were coming shouting on each other. I said, here inside, if it is possible that you can play together, come to me and close the door. So I was standing in the dressing room and I prepared the change.
Are you prepared?
I prepared. Hey, you must prepare. If there is no solution and they're fighting, and I prepared. And after, I would say, 2-3 minutes, 4 minutes, they were coming inside. Coach, we're ready.
Yeah, that's...
I said in front of all the players, you are ready? I promise you, coach, we are ready. I said, okay, I trust you. But if something happen again now outside, it's finished. So they went outside and you could feel it. You could feel it. Now they want to show that they are one unit.
Yeah.
And they played a wonderful second half.
Yeah,
and it was also a victory.
Yeah, it was like one of the biggest victories because we were down 2.
Now,
down
one
2.
of the biggest because it was outside
away,
of Israel.
Away,
and
away,
second
away
half.
win.
And
Yeah.
second
and
half.
second half.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the opposite.
Yeah.
Maybe we should fight every half.
Yeah.
Tell
we
them
should
to
do it.
yes,
we should
we
do
should
it.
do it.
I can
Maybe
arrange
this is
it.
the solution.
I can arrange it. And the second thing with Dabur is after what happened with the Instagram post, and the fact that I talked to him, and it's very, very complex situation. I said it on air here that me, myself, as a Jewish person, could never understand what another people in Israel is feeling, and that's why I'm criticizing Dabur for posting it without clarification for Israeli speakers, but I also hate what's going on now. But the fact is that he's back and he scores every game since, besides the Austria game. I think it's a marvelous fact, and I want to ask you, as an outside guy, how hard is it for you to understand and even control all of these conflicts and shitty things that are happening here? How is it hard for you as a coach? How do you deal with it?
Now, it was in June the most difficult situation I had. Because I felt from outside they destroy the unit of the national team. So if a conflict is coming from inside, as a coach you must react and you can do something. But in this situation, it was really terrible for me. So we were in front of the Montenegro game and in front of the Portugal game. And the situation, I cannot understand in totally. I cannot solve it. Nobody can solve it. And many people are trying this. I only wanted to explain to the players, and I did it individual and also in the group, to say, please, my highest goal is a unit in the national team, and for me, only an Israeli national team player exists. There is nothing else. It's an Israeli national team player, and we are one unit. And this I wanted to show. I said, I am Christian. I'm also in another religion, and you accept me. And this is what is my goal, that the national team is a unit and plays for Israel, and every person can identify with this national team. And what he tried, and there is a lot of work behind also from our psychologist, and we worked a lot to say to him, please, show now a behavior that everybody who wants can see that you are playing with your heart for the country. And this is Muna's doing. He is not shouting on the fans. He is not give a gestic or a signal. He is running much more. He is fighting much more. Also scoring, did good games.
But it's hard for him.
It's very hard for him.
See, this
but he shows it, and it was also when I changed him a reason that this was coming up, because he says, Coach, why me? Yeah? I want to show everybody and to make it clean, that it is.
Yes, he has an
that it-
excellent game. He feel good in the game.
excellent
Yes,
game,
yeah.
And no, it was 8 minutes, yeah. But
Yes, I know.
but also to say,
He feels that he can
also-
score another one.
yeah, and that he wants really that everybody is not booing him and give him the hands. Especially very demotivating is you shoot the penalty, you score,
Yeah.
and some persons give you not the hands, they boo you.
Yeah.
In this situation
Kids.
where Israel going forward 1-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So-
complicated. I want to ask you to bring you back. You have grown two top level players. David Alaba, we talk about Arnautovic and David Alaba.
Yeah.
Tell us, David Alaba, is now in Real Madrid, one of the
Mm.
best defenders ever.
Mhm.
First of all, how we make this defender in Israel. Maybe we need someone like him. And your relationship, because like you said, to play against a player that you
Yeah.
grown up.
Yeah, and I will add to that. I saw your Instagram account, and you had a table, a chart of the group, and the FIFA ranking, like of Austria, FIFA ranking of Israel, to show that hey, not all is bad. We passed a team that it's like 40 spots, I think, above us. And you also said before we start recording that it was very emotional and
Yes.
important for you to finish above Austria, to play Austria on your birthday, to beat Austria before. Just
Yeah.
about all this
to beat your
relationship
players,
with
yes.
players
Yeah.
and country.
No, it was really emotional and also difficult to control. I know when the anthem is played, you feel the same for the country of Israel, and it's
course.
also in my heart inside. Yeah, you must know. I was standing almost 20 years, and when this anthem was played, my wish was 3 points. So they play the anthem, but the 3 points on the other side. Yeah, it's not so simple to control this, but it was a great honor to come as an Israeli national team coach to Austria. Great honor for me. I will never forget this. Never. David Alaba, I would say, normal kids football, in a small club, very small club. They scouted him, as many talents here. Coming to Austria Vienna, it's the same. Coming to Maccabi Tel Aviv or Maccabi Haifa, to a top club, Hapoel Tel Aviv,
Yes.
top club. And then he was only, I would say, 2 or 3 years in Austria Vienna till 15. And then the Bayern scouted him for the academy. And I remember was also a discussion, should he go or should he not go? And I said, let's go with the parents there and to see everything. And if you feel I want to go there, then do it. But the percentage of the players going outside, very young, they were not succeeding in
Really?
Austria. Yeah. I did always a statistic, because if you stay in the country with the parents, with the family, you have a good academy, it's better to stay and then to go when you are ready. But he went with 15 years, and the big step was 17 years, first cup in France.
Mm.
In the qualification game, I said, bring him inside for 5 minutes, because the father is from Nigeria, the mother is from the Philippines, to play for
Yes.
Nigeria. I always say he
you-
will not do it. Yeah.
This is the reason, really?
Yeah. No, it
To,
was
to close him in
a
Austria.
little
Ah,
bit,
that's
a
what-
little bit the reason it
Okay.
was behind.
With
to
Messi, it
have
was like
because
this.
because
With
he is
Messi.
such an amazing player. He's unbelievable.
You saw for the beginning that he can go to this level?
Um,
For the age of 15, you see, wow, this is wow.
I said it. I was coming to the first game of the national team. It was, I think, under 16 in this time, and we played a friendly. I was coming a little bit late to the pitch, and I saw David. You can see him immediately because
Yes.
the color
Yes.
is clear, and he played. You see the first
What the
touches.
position? What the
He
position?
was always a midfielder, but you can say a number 8, not a typical number 10, with high quality and speed and in physical, but because of his muscles, he was
Yes.
always box to box, not so muscle strong at the beginning, but very, very fast, and the technique unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And then he said, over the years in the youth teams, often also to me, it's so amazing. I see from my window the training pitch of the professional team. I see Oliver Kahn and these players. One time, I want to be on this pitch. He said it again and again and again. And I say, you will be. You will be. I think 2 years later, he was in the squad. And then it's coming up 35 titles with Bayern and now in Real Madrid. And funny was, when they fired me, it was in October, he called me in November. Nice. And he said, you must know, he's very funny. He has a very good humor. And he said, Willy, what are you doing now? Do you have time? I said, fuck off. Do you have time? They fired me. I'm sitting at home. You ask me if I have time. No, I didn't want this. Can you become individual coach of me? I said, what do you mean? No, I want, because you're always saying the truth to me, make it in this way. You analyze my games, and then we sit together and we do it. He was in this time, I would say, 10 years playing for Bayern Munich. We did it for 3 or 4 months, and you cannot imagine, Uri. He was coming in his house in Munich with a block, with a pen, and said, let's start. And if you give him some information, he wrote down. A player who is playing 10 years with 28 titles to this time for Bayern Munich writes down what the coach is saying to him. And if you have this attitude, you can learn, and this he's doing. And this was also the reason, because he was top leader beside you can say now Lewandowski and Neuer. You can say he was in this level.
He has a great personality.
But he said goodbye. I want to make a new step. I want to learn Spanish. I want to play one time for Real Madrid. And this attitude he has always. There was only one funny sentence in the game, in the semi-offer stadium. I said to him, you said always you never play against me.
He didn't play. In semi-offer.
In the semi. No. He played.
In semi?
He played.
Us?
Not in the first game. In the 5-2.
In the 5-2 in Henry, yes.
He played.
Yes.
And against Henry he didn't play. But he said, I said, what? What did I say? No. But this was a joke.
Yeah. Yes. And about Arnautovic,
wait.
he's very special character.
Also, many
also go out fast.
Yeah, very fast.
Young.
Yeah, he goes also. He was in the Netherlands. He was scouted in this time from Mourinho. He said he has never seen such a talent. He brought him to Inter Milan, but he had not the attitude, really, to work very hard. He was perhaps more talented, but he didn't have this attitude a long time, and this, I think, cost him a little bit a top career. He did a great career, but I think more was possible. And he loves also to live, and to have fun. But on the other side, he did a great career. And you see also now he wanted to come back, Serie A. He trained hard. He's now much better than half a year ago.
He started the year good in Bologna.
Yes, very
goals,
good.
Yes.
You see the quality, and I like him also. He's speaking 6 languages. He's intelligent, very straight. If he likes you, he's on your side. If not, he's not speaking with you.
He likes you? So he's on your side.
I think yes.
Can you give us like 3 names from here that you think, or maybe it will surprise us, that will be like the 3 next names that you, if you would stay, will give them the first cap in the national team, or we can see them go like Manor, okay, we know, we hope.
Yeah.
What's next?
No, I think it will not be fair to other young players. And there is the generation, as you said, also in the under-19, some interesting players inside in academies or in clubs also playing young players where I say, I see potential, but it would not be serious to say some names and others.
But you see, we were together in the game of under-19 against the Netherlands.
Yeah.
You see, Chubby Simons is like he play in a different profession. It's different. You know, we play good against Moldova, against Cyprus, but we don't have this. You know, Netherlands. It was easy for them, even in the under-19.
Uri, I am watching these games from another point of view. For me, the result, I know now the results are important for the new technical director, for the coaches. No, but you see the gaps,
leave the results.
Yes,
you see the gaps.
The results are for me not important.
Yes.
I always also, the 3-0 of Hungary, against Hungary, I'm watching, is there a player who has the potential? Is there an interesting player who can play abroad in the future. And this is, I think, the most important, to see this potential and to say, yes, he has it. Yeah. And when I took now Suf, I think he has something in the physical part, yes, in the shooting power, what he has, also to cut in. He has something where I say it's above average. But he has also gaps where he has to work very hard, otherwise he will not succeed. Yeah? And also Leitner has for me something, so I invited him.
Yes.
But this means not that he is ready. Yeah? The young goalkeeper, what he's doing in Daniel, what he's doing in Maccabi Tel Aviv, amazing. So I wanted to show also, train with the best goalkeepers here, show them my goalkeeper coach, to work with him, also to speak about weaknesses with him. And it was a great process. He didn't play till now. But I think these steps are very important and good for the future.
I think it's more important that you go to training in the national team than to play maybe in the under 21?
For me, no question.
No question.
No question.
Now you're a man of...
And believe me,
No, I believe you.
I say only
don't
to you
criticize.
one sentence.
Yes.
And please, if you work in development and also, this is the most important. For the development of a player, he must train with better ones. If he trains with equal players, the process is not going forward. And better ones, if you can always organize the next step in an academy as it is Hapoel, the next step that he has a situation, he trains with better ones. You drive this process forward.
It's interesting because when I was in Maccabi Tel Aviv with Dutch sport director, he said just don't bring from up, down up to the in Hapoel Tel Aviv. For us, we make it a lot.
Perhaps he has the old theory book in the Dutch.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Now
You heard Oren because his wife is
No,
Dutch.
I don't care.
I
I don't care.
see.
My
No.
wife doesn't know football, I think.
Yeah, but,
So
if you see...
No, I agree
if
with
see,
you
If
for
you see
100%.
Ajax, this
Yes.
is totally in the other way what you said now. They
No,
give
he
the-
come for Feyenoord philosophy. Mo
Yeah, but-
Alach was in Haifa. He make like you.
Yeah.
3 players.
No,
Suf,
but
one
if
of them.
you see
go to the-
international academies, if you look, I think we have only one really international in Salzburg, the Red Bull Academy.
Salzburg is amazing.
No, but what they are
Unbelievable.
doing, you have now with Adeyemi, the first
Yes.
striker, 19 years.
Germany.
19 years.
Yes.
Yeah. You have Okafor, under 21 player. They are the 2 strikers of the Champions League team. They are not
Yes.
in the second team. They are in the first team.
Average age 23. It's unbelievable.
Yes.
It's
Yes. And they push them always to play with better players. If they cannot adapt, they send them away.
We can make an academy like Salzburg in Israel.
Yes.
Now,
It would be a really, when you spoke before, what do you want to do? It's a really challenge. Yeah.
How can we do it? How can
No,
we make this academy of Salzburg with
for
the
me-
ideas and
For
everything?
me, it's very simple. Here are some top clubs, but what I think is Salzburg has a clear philosophy, clear principles and guidelines. And if you are a coach and you say, okay, they contact you, it's not in this way that they say, can you explain me your philosophy? It's in the other way.
Yeah.
The Salzburg gives you totally clear.
Ralph Rangnick
This is what
philosophy,
you
yes.
have to do. And then you can decide and say, yes, I want to do it. If you say, no, I have another idea, I have another philosophy or whatever, you are not selected.
Mm.
And I think there is a big difference.
Now, because you and Ori can talk football for hours, and that's
Yes.
how you will miss your flight.
And-
I'm here to be the responsible one and I'm gonna start to finish. Okay, so because you're a man of facts and you know how to talk, you know what not to say, I will ask you to imagine that you're already back in Austria with the family and a birthday party, and you drank like a vodka or two, and now
No, never.
what do you like to drink?
I will bring you a good bottle of red wine from Austria.
Okay, so you drink the second glass of the red
You know,
wine.
in the game in Austria,
Ori,
Oren,
please,
Oren,
we're now working on a
What?
No,
psychological...
but the game, apropos wine, the game in Austria, the music before the game was classical music.
Okay,
In
so-
Israel, it's trance, and there is
No.
classical music.
Okay,
This is our second anthem. the Radetzky March.
Okay, so
Okay.
there's the Radetzky March at
Yeah.
home, and you
It's
drink
in
your
front of
second,
the-
your second glass of wine, and then your family sits down with you, and it's all very quiet and nice and great colors, and somebody's asking you, so what's going on now, father or husband
or grandfather.
Grandfather. You wanna go back? You want to continue several years
Yes, I'll
there?
go back on Tuesday.
Yeah, but no, that's not a good answer. That's not. I will not allow it. It's not national TV now. We're just asking not about facts, but about feelings. What's so hard for you to just tell me that you do want to continue to work here? Like you think that if they will not let you do it, it will mean that it will hurt you or something? Like why it's so hard for you? I'm really asking to just tell. Yeah, I would like to continue.
No, what I want to say is, all the time, the 3.5 years, I said it to you also after the game in the interview. Was a great experience for me, and I like really Israel. But it was always a wish, also in my youth, to come one time to this country, and that it is after my time in the association, and that I have the possibility to live here. It was, as you say, karma or whatever. It was coming, yeah. And when it was, I said, "Wow, I always wanted to do it. I go there." And it will never be in this way, if they finish or not, that I say, I'm angry on this or whatever. I think if you are professional, it's a 4 years contract. If we finish the contract, both sides have the possibility. We shake hands. I would say to many friends goodbye. And on the other side, when I'm coming back, I call this one or this one. How are you? What is now the time bringing? Or do we go to a game or so? This will be my whole life. Yeah, I think I got here some really good friends and relationships, what are very important for me. And on the other side, if we make the process and we speak now about the future, I think we should do it inside.
Mm-hmm.
We should speak
Yeah,
in a good way, in a good
I just
quality
asked
way.
you about your wheels, not about like your feelings, not about
Yeah.
like your money demands or
No.
your players' demands. I just asked you
I
one. That's all.
I know.
It's
the,
okay.
I know the high quality Israeli journalists, and
Yeah.
this question is totally clear, totally clear. But again, we speak inside. We promised each other not to speak outside. We sit down. We take a decision, and if it is my last day here, I must not explain, because I will be in the plane and going back, and the association will explain why they did this or this step.
Okay.
On the other side, for me, it cannot be a disadvantage.
I wish all of our players' defense ability would be like like the coaches when he's asked about this question. I tried.
You do
like
not get a goal.
12 times. Yeah, I
Yes.
can't
Yeah.
score. I can't score.
Yeah.
Now, so now you with the third glass of wine, so it's okay. Now just give me that. Like one thing you regret doing as a coach, and the thing you proud the most that you did as a coach.
Not just as a coach, in your
Okay.
3.5
in
years
3.5
here.
years, yeah,
In
already
3.5
happy.
years
to
here, what?
No, I think 3.5 years here, I would say new standards, and I have the feeling that important persons understood me.
Yeah.
And I think they will drive the process forward. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say this feeling I really have from persons of the board to say it's necessary, it's clear, we want to go a kind of way. Yeah.
One thing you regret?
One thing you regret. You can't sleep at night. Why did I do it? Why did I did this sub? Why didn't I change this? Why didn't I? Why did I wear this to the game?
Yes.
Very difficult. Very difficult. I will think about this.
I think it was
I
very
will-
easy what we did
I
here.
will-
The last
No,
hour
I
was
will.
easy,
I will
right?
think about this.
Okay,
and,
you will text us.
and text you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see?
and text you.
So I hope he will be back. You know, he's like breaking up with me second time already. You know, he summarized. He said it's
He hugged you in the first time?
No, he
Today we-
gave me a fist bump. which is
Fist
good.
bump is good.
Yeah.
Fist bump.
Okay, so
Maybe now he'll hug you.
yeah. Do we have anything else to ask? Because he needs to catch a taxi, to catch a plane, to catch.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, so coach, it's been a pleasure, really.
Also for me.
We're not breaking up with you. We're not doing like what you did because we will wait. Okay,
Yeah.
and we will wish you luck and happy birthday and have fun back home, and for sure you're going to be back here anyway, like
No, I'm coming
until
Tuesday,
May,
but,
so we will see
What
each
until
other.
May? Come, Buxa and Michael.
No, I
They're
said-
waiting.
said it.
Yeah,
Sandberg and Buxa
if-
is waiting.
It's
Yeah.
waiting. Everything is ready. I know.
It's,
They
a
talk to
it's
me.
like
yes,
a test.
yeah.
What is it? A test?
Yes,
No,
a practical,
no,
a practical
practical
test.
Yeah.
Can we give
Again,
them?
they tell me about the course. I make the course.
Can we give them the answers or something? Can we
No,
help
no.
them? No. Okay. So
They are good. They are good. They're for the good guys.
thank you for your time.
Thank
and
you also. Yeah.
until May,
Was nice.
we have a chance to do maybe one more thing if you will want.
Yeah.
And Omer, thank you also. Thank you, Ori. Thank you, everybody. So, Coach Routensteiner, I hope you had fun with our broken English. Your English was okay, Coach, but I can't.
I will be better.
yeah,
Next time I will be better.
Yeah, we have a pro course for languages. And that's it for now. אז תודה רבה לכולם. מקווים שנהנתם מהעברית ומהאנגלית, וננסה לתת מוטה לכמה שיותר קטעים ברשתות החברתיות עם תרגום, subtitles, Hebrew subtitles. אז עד כאן להפעם.
Make it good.
כן,
Yeah.
תעשו טוב, תעשו טוב.
Extra large, my special from the United States of ארצות הברית